Hello everyone, welcome to Fame World Educational Hub. Myself Aishwarya Saxena, and today in this particular video I am going to talk about the overview of AWS services. It's important to talk about how its infrastructure is deployed. AWS has three concepts: region, availability zone, and a content delivery network. A region is essentially a collection of two or more availability zones in a specific geographic area. An availability zone is an isolated collection of AWS resources. These are distinct locations within an AWS region. They are engineered to be isolated from failures or low latency availability zones within a region are connected through low latency links, and remember that all the availability zones are relatively close to each other geographically. They still kept isolated from each other. Now, unlike availability zones, regions are completely independent from each other. Apart from this, AWS also has its content delivery network, that is CDN, and we talked about the 100 plus edge locations that we have across the world. These edge locations host our robust content delivery network that can be used to deliver static websites, dynamic content, streaming content, request for content, and automatically rotate to the nearest edge location. So content is delivered with the best possible performance. You have the ability to choose which region your application and which availability zone your infrastructure resides in as well. To get a little more in depth of the services that AWS offers, it's important to know the fundamentals, which is compute, storage, and network. And under compute, AWS have three basic services on AWS: Amazon EC2, which is a realistic virtual servers on the cloud, which comes in multiple flavors depending on the type of workload that you like to run. It has got over 6-7 families or virtual machines cutting across multiple use cases. So if you have got a requirement for a really RAM intensive workload, it has got machines that meet the criteria. AWS also have machines that allow you to do a lot of HPC and machine learning on AWS as well. And these are the machines that allow you to add the FPGAs, you can train your machine learning algorithms as well. Another key important feature is the elasticity of the cloud, and that is really achieved by using auto scaling, the ability of automatically scale the capacity as your load increases without having to worry about how I am going to guess the capacity. So AWS auto scaling allows you to automatically add in more infrastructure as your load increases, and as the load decreases you could automatically also remove that infrastructure. And the third key component is the load balancers. That load balancers allow for dynamic distribution of the traffic across your multiple servers. Load balancers also play an important function in managing how much your infrastructure can scale out to and scale in. And load balancers also allow you to do a number of other things. AWS has got three types of load balancers: the elastic load balancer, which is in L4, the network load balancer, which is in again L4, and an application load balancer, which is in L7. Depending on the use case, you could choose the type of load balancer. AWS has got multiple storage services as well. So the most basic and fundamental storage service is Amazon EBS, which is a block storage that AWS use with conjunction with virtual machines. Now, this is in almost skin to the hearts. It resides on your physical servers or say on your laptop. This is where this storage in which you will be storing all your application data or data that has to be persistent. Amazon S3 is an internet scale storage that can be accessed via APIs, and it's ideally used to store any kind of object. It could be images, videos, files, snapshots, or binaries. Amazon Glacier is a long-term archiving, storage, and backup solution which can be storing images, videos, files, binaries, and snapshots. It's a cold storage and is designed to be cold storage for low retrieval time. So when you do not have to retrieve the data again and again, so obviously you will be going for Amazon Glacier. Also, there's Amazon Storage Gateway, which allows you to integrate all of these cloud-based storage options when you're on-premises storage. With your on-premises storage, sorry. Now the next thing is the third component, that is networking and CDN. So the fundamental or co-fundamental concept in networking is something called Amazon VPC, which is called Virtual Private Cloud. This essentially is your private isolated section in the AWS cloud. This allows you to create your own networking rules, your own firewall rules, and then isolate your infrastructure across. This is your private isolated section in the public AWS cloud. So you could do exactly what you do on-premises today or in any other infrastructure environment on AWS, like Amazon use Amazon VPC. We talked about the Amazon CloudFront. We talked about a content delivery network, which is nothing but Amazon CloudFront itself. The ability for you to distribute content globally by the 100 plus edge locations. And it has also got Amazon Route 53, which is a domain name service allowing you to manage all your domains, also allowing you to do multiple region based deployment, and do innovative things such as a cross-regional DR as well. Also, Amazon Web Services has got database services, and there are three ways you could really run databases on AWS. You could run databases on plain vanilla virtual machine by deploying a virtual machine and then installing the database engine and managing it yourself. Or you could use Amazon RDS, which is a managed relational database service. Today, Amazon RDS offers 6 database engines: Oracle, MySQL, Postgre, SQL Server, MariaDB. Also, AWS has Amazon DynamoDB, which is the managed NoSQL database service, and Amazon Elastic Cache, which is an in-memory caching service. There are also big data services that AWS has to offer: Amazon EMR, which is the Elastic MapReduce, which is nothing but a hosted Hadoop framework completely managed or by, you can say, AWS. So you do not have to worry about managing and creating a Hadoop cluster on AWS. AWS takes care of managing the entire clusters for us. We just have to decide what size of cluster we do need and how many nodes we need to create. AWS also has got Amazon Cloud Search, which is a managed search service, and Amazon Redshift, which is a petabyte scale data warehouse service. AWS has a number of tools around deployment in the administration as well. Amazon CloudWatch is the tool that allows you to monitor and view your AWS resources. AWS Identity and Access Management, which manages user groups and permissions. AWS Cloud Formation, which has templates to deploy and manage your AWS environment. And AWS OpsWorks, which is the DevOps framework for application and lifecycle management. So leveraging all of this together, we can now actually deploy complete end-to-end mission critical workload on AWS. It could be an entire ERP system, or it could be a completely web-based OTT platform that you would like to use, or it could be even a game that you would like to build simply. After this, I will be talking about how to get started with AWS. We will be covering this in the next video, so stay tuned, subscribe the channel, press the notification bell. See you in the next video.